I'll give everything to this team and this program, all my energy, all my time. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do any schoolwork. I would strictly just do lacrosse.
We're all staying together as a team, usually hanging out, chilling in someone's room, watching a movie or something like that. So that's like kind of a pre-game ritual, I would say. And then at game day, we found out that through nutritionists that it's best to eat 4 hours before a game. So we all have a team meal 4 hours before every game, and then it's usually at the inn at Penn, and then we go down to the field, or it'll be at the hotel we're staying at on the road. And then at about 2 hours before game, we have to be down in the locker room getting ready, and then an hour and 20 minutes before the game, we all have to be ready to rock to go out on the field. And then we take the field about an hour and 5 minutes before the game. But during that time, we have the same. We usually listen to pretty similar music each time. I like to go down and get on the bike a little bit, warm up my legs. I stretch out a lot. Those are kind of my pregame rituals. I don't really have anything specific other than that. And then, as a team, after that, we all line up in two single file lines. Almost like you could say like an army column. Basically, jog out to the field together. And our coach basically makes it so if one person's like out of formation, we have to come back and do it again, which hasn't happened yet. But we try to keep a pretty strict regiment as far as that's concerned.
It's kind of like golf. It's like each shot's different. Same with lacrosse. It's like you can throw a pass differently each time, shoot differently each time. It's just constantly changing, which I think is cool. Yes, the creative aspect is one thing that really attracted me to the game. And then also, the violence and the teamwork aspect and, other stuff like that.
I'm really proud to play lacrosse. It's a great game. It's basically the North American. So it's our continent's first real game. It has an amazing heritage in the United States and Canada, especially on Indian reservations where it originated from. There's a lot of pride in that aspect and the history of it. But I'm also proud to say I'm a college lacrosse player. There's a lot of great athletes before me have played this game, and will continue to in the future. On that thread, I would say that I would really want my kids to play lacrosse. I'm extremely proud of what I accomplished through the game, and I want my children to share in that accomplishment, and that feeling of accomplishment. So, I will definitely try to have my kids play and take the same pride in getting basically improving your game every day. Take that same pride that I took, and hopefully lacrosse will play the same role in their life as it did for me.
Guys from Iroquois Nation, a lot of them have like ponytails. And
is that intimidating at all?
Yeah, I think it's sick. First of all, like awesome, rocking a ponytail in the back of your helmet. That's one thing. But also another thing, like the way lacrosse sticks are strung, you can either have mesh or you can use the traditional, which is like old school leather, like stringing. And a lot of the Iroquois dudes like make ponytails out of the excess leather strings that they have with their traditional sticks, which is also pretty cool. I used to do that when I was little, and I got that from the Native Americans.
Back in the day, it was used. So it was used as a war game, and actually at various points, they used to sharpen their sticks at the end, and you can get stabbed. They would use it to stab each other, and they used it to cut each other when they were running by each other. And also, they used to hide weapons on them. And at one point, outside of Canadian, I think, up in upstate New York on the Canadian border, like up on the Hudson River, this fort of either British, British settlers, I think. They had like this outpost, and the Indians, in order to take over the fort, they started playing a game of lacrosse outside the front gates. And when the settlers in the fort came out to watch the game, the Indians took the weapons out of their loincloths or wherever, and ambushed them, killed if not all of them, if not most of them,
wow. And
then took over the fort. So that it kind of has a pretty brutal origin as far as it's with its history. And so so today it's much different. Although I actually have met one kid once who tried to sharpen the butt end of his stick. Middle school, he's a weird guy. But it's still pretty brutal though. People always ask me, they come up to me on the street, they're like, they see me with a lacrosse stick and they say I'm crazy for playing the sport. It's also interesting that we don't really wear that much padding. You'd expect us to wear a lot more padding. But really, after you get hit on the arm like 1,000 times in a row with a stick, it just really doesn't bother you anymore. Like I have, bruises and all these calcium deposits all over my arms from, getting beat up every day in practice. So it's still pretty brutal, but it's not like the fatal game that it used to be.
How do you feel hitting somebody during a game?
I like to hit people. It's fun. I'm like kind of a little guy too, so like when I get to hit someone, try to run as fast as possible and like throw my body into them. It's fun, especially when I don't expect it.
Native Americans think that modern lacrosse is considered sissy compared to the traditional game of stickball, which is what lacrosse is derived from. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. I mean, absolutely.